Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez here in Mexico for round 4 of season 5. Qualifying one just started, of course. No one has yet started those engines, so we will see who's going to go out first tonight. Nobody in particular is rushing out like normal, so perhaps a different strategy tonight. We'll have to wait and see. Gonna get these details, of course, as always, so you guys can see what's happening on track. Here we go, a couple of cars starting to go out. Got a Flaka Racing out, we got Oceans Free out, and there goes a BPP man as well. Just getting information here, right? So link is shared. So all those guys who want to, watch, of course, waiting for that link as always. Nobody want to join the channel by themselves. Always wait for the link. Just sharing that link there with them so they can have quick access to the channel. Right. Already the man for BPP out there. That Oceans Free car, that was Staffy, of course, and Raptor out for Flaka, the Jelly Bean car, of course. Of course, Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. The name obviously is a combination. It's actually two people where the track originally got its name actually from the two people. Of course, the Rodriguez brothers, Ricardo and Pedro. Both of them actually lost their lives in racing events 9 years apart. So of course, Force, as you can see, actually retired there. Just a reminder, of course, he had a incident last week where he actually left the race and the AI took control, so it was deemed an unsafe quit if you want, but it was definitely deemed unsafe and therefore he got a quali ban. So he went out just to feel for the track, but he immediately dived into the pits again and he retired because his quali ban is that he needs to retire at the start of Q1, of course. So he did go out, but he didn't post a lap, so that's fine. No issue there. He still retired without posting a lap. So he says that quali ban here. And of course, part of the rest of that sentence was a suspended race ban, of course. What that means is, of course, he gets a quali ban tonight, but should the same incident happen again, there will be a race ban. Right, getting back to the track detail. As I said, Hermanos Rodriguez, the name comes from the two brothers Rodriguez, Ricardo, of course, and Pedro. If you look at the name a little bit more closely, of course, as I said, both of them, the name is in there. But if you take Hermanos and you translate it back to English, of course, Hermanos means siblings. So the Rodriguez siblings, of course, and that's where the name for the track actually came from. Quite a long straight there, home straight, and into that first corner, and of course then that chicane quickly after, so there's always the possibility for havoc there if drivers don't keep a clear head and everybody want to bully their way into that first corner to get that advantage. So it's all about being patient. Lots of twists and turns and a bit of those S's are there as well. So it's just about just holding your nerve and just keep a clear head. Not Sebastian potentially the purple sector, of course still early days, only Staffy and Devon so far posted times. Devon 118 with Staffy 116 and Nismac split for two of them with a 117 now. Of course still early days, this is just to make sure that you go through to the next session. Ooh, and then not Sebastian invalidates his lap time. Just a little bit too much of a corner. Of course, just to remind you, this is strict corner cutting, so just a little bit too much of an apex and your lap will be invalidated. And that also explains the warnings that you will see pop up during the race. Springbok Gamer, Pete B-Man, and not Fernando, as well as Gav Big still in the pits. Everyone else pretty much out. So judge, we have a Jelly Bean car on track. Riding on board with Devon Ellis, of course, for those of you with a keen eye, you would have noticed he doesn't have the same livery as anyone else, because he's one of the reserve drivers, so he drives with his own livery. 80, 116.8, but of course I expect that time to come down even further. This lap was not a real lap as well as this, so maybe the two BPP guys trying something else here, just playing with the field. Staffia 116.3 now. So that 115 is getting closer. Question is, can anyone break into the 114s tonight? Oh, not Sebastian, of course, still just finishing that lap, but that's invalidated. Good evening, Matt. And Quentin of 116.2, just 1/10 between him and Staffy. So I'm saying that first lap of a 130 was just like a real sandbag lap, if you can call it that. Because there's no way that any of those BPP guys will run into the 130s. RZDV now slightly faster, but again, way of pace, and this is not a true reflection of a pace. Unless he decided to do a long run, get a bit of practice while qualifying. Got Boucher coming in as looks like not Sebastian. No, it's actually not. One of the other not sober cars actually. And that will be not Kimi. There we go, not Kimi. He's currently 5th of 17. Ooh, impact there for RJDV. Just waiting for the car to come past. There we go, not Sebastian at 116.1. Finally got a lap together. RJDV will need to make it back to the pits with a nose change. But that lap is not good enough to see him through, of course. 15 guys will actually go through, so which means 2 to be eliminated. And of course Raptor, who retired, quali ban is 1. So one more driver to be eliminated from this session. Not Fernando's on track, so Kimi is on his way out again. Just saw one of the cars diving out. There we go. Kimi indeed. Thank you, Steph. You are a bit slow tonight, but at least I did ask. Thank you. So it looks like a clear quali session as well as a clear race. Obviously happy with that time. He retired. No need to risk the car. Just under 9 minutes to go. Surely that's enough to make it through to the next. If you look at some of the other lap times, and only one more car to be eliminated with Raptor. So no. Judge on his way out again. Not sure what the BPP guys' strategy is, but looks like definitely toying with the rest of the field. Neither have shown the true pace as yet. But of course, it's only Q1. There we go. There's the third Jelly Bean car, Mr. Gaffbeak, into the stadium. Here comes that second sector of his is purple. So this is potentially fastest lap. Can just keep it clean here through the stadium section. The stadium section. Last corner. On to straight now and start. Finish line coming up, and he goes third. 1:16.2. Not much between the top three there, as you can see. It was 1:10 there between Quinton and Sebastian. But if you look at Quinton and Gaffbeak, it's hundreds. Him as well for 1:16. Also close between him and Boinky's two teammates there of 1:16.9s. Carterboy 45 still to set a lap. Oh, and then one over. Yeah, there we go. For one of the living cars with a spin there, and Kimi is the first guy to break into the 115s. A 159, so two not sober cars there in front. Just trying to get out of the way there. But like that, not sober did back off. Not Fernando currently in 9th. So all three not sober cars currently find them in the top 10. Carterboy is out on track. Pete B-Man is on an out lap coming into the stadium section. Last year corner, oh, but the show's invalidated, so I'm not sure if the next lap will count. Depending on how severe it was. No, looks like he is definitely going to be on a hot lap here. Carterboy back in the pits. Doesn't look like he's going to set a time, or at least not anytime soon. So he might be if it stays like it is, he might be the next person to be eliminated. Because Pete B-Man is out there. Just coming through this east stage. Couple of corners left, right. It's not very easy sequence of course. If you're off with the first corner, your whole sequence of cornering is gone. So you need to get it right with the entry. And it can actually gain you a good time or can lose you. That's coming on now. Very 14th. Gaffbeak on out lap again. Not sure why. That's enough for him to get through. 3 minutes 40 to go. Carterboy's on out lap. Pete B-Man did post a time, but not that fast. A 1:19. He's currently the slowest guy from those who set the time. RZDV managed to get himself into 7th with a 1:16. So at the moment it's between Pete and Carterboy to be eliminated. Yeah, and Pete actually does improve his time. He moves to 1:18.0, just ahead of the judge. So the judge is on the cut. To Neiman Carterboy now depends on what Carterboy can do. Oh, big moment here. There we go. Just a good example of what I just said a few moments ago about this sequence of corners. If you're just off a little bit in that first corner, that whole sequence is out the window. Luckily, to just keep the car under control and not ending into the barriers, that easily could have happened. Got time for one more lap. Well, actually, you can do another lap after this one. It keeps it clean, of course. See what the pig is up to. Not setting the timing screens alight at the moment. Carterboy still did manage to put it up a time with that lap, but he actually lost there. A 1:20, so he did post a time. Not Sebastian said he's done enough, he's through to the next session, no need to do anything funny, so he retires. Expect the top couple of guys to do that anyway. And the peak at the moment stays full, but it's got one more lap to go. Carterboy just get around for one more lap. Will he do it at the very last moment again like previously? Had a yellow in the last corner. Pit B man, looks like he spun. But he is through to the next session. His teammate as well, AD77. Other teammates now coming into the pit. Between the judge and Carterboy for that final position, really. Ooh, Carterboy taking a lot of corner there, but hesitant. Taking a wide line to enter. Final corner coming up. Coming around this final little bit into start finish line, and he did manage to stick it in front of the judge, but just. Oh, and the judge is going slow. So judge has been eliminated with Raptor. Of course, Raptor is because of a quali ban, of course. So only one Flaka car goes through to the next session. Carterboy just needs it. It's like 600. Just waiting for the judge to retire. When this session will be over, everyone else pretty much is done. There we go. And that is Q1 finish. not give me the only guy to go into the 115s, because if Raptor was here, I believe he also had the pace to be right up there. Yeah, he will start at the back, but I said it before and I'm going to say it again. Last place is not necessarily the worst place to start. It happened before where people actually won the race from last place, and it can happen at any stage. Because just the right strategy and just keeping it clean, staying out of trouble, there's always it's destined to be that there will be trouble at some point, especially at the start. And of course now you at the back, you tend to avoid that. So just keeping your nose clean, you can actually make up those positions when obviously havoc happens. And yeah, well said, Raptor. That's the thing, exactly. It's 71 laps. That race is not won in the first corner, but it can so easily be lost in that first corner. Q2 is underway, just waiting for whoever is going to come out first. Here we go, and it's Carter Boy. And we got Oceans 3 coming out, probably Staff again, there's a BBP again as well. Rock of Holland, and not so a card from every team out on track. Except of course Flaka, which is Gaff Peak. You still need to get out there. All eyes will be on him, especially from his teammates. Someone to make that Flaka flag fly high. Not Kimmy is actually the guy for not so out there. And look like Pete B-Man's also out. Yeah, that's Pete B-Man going out. And Devon also makes his way out. Riding on board your poinkies. The green and pink livery, of course, Oceans 3. As you can hear, just going extra slow to make sure that there's enough of a gap between him and the person in front. Ooh, and we got a yellow flag there. Ooh, not Kimmy. No, luckily no damage. Not sure if it was Kimmy or it was actually car in front. Carter Boy showing purple sector, but of course he's the first car on track. See what time he managed to set. A 1:18.1. A little bit faster than his Q1 time, but of course still a long way to go. Staffy slower than Q1, 1:17.9. Kimmy responds there. Of course, as you can see as well, a couple of guys decided to go on different tyres. This is obviously where the strategy is. It's all about the strategy. Because with the tyre, of course, that you set your fastest lap with in this session, that's the tyre you're going to start. So obviously you don't want to take too much out of your tyres either. You rather leave that for Q3 when you really push now. It's for pole, of course. Pole is worth 6 points, so that's 6 bonus points that you can pick up. So it's worth actually fighting for the pole. That extra 6 points can come in handy. This match was 120, but again, I call sandbag. You can do much better than that, and we saw the same in Q1. Yellow flag, as you can see, but that was just Devin giving way to the faster car. Now that obviously also, as you can see, why Staffy's lap is a bit slower compared to the previous session. But he's got an invalid lap as well. So far, not Kimi the only guy in the 115s. He did it in Q1 and now he did it in Q2. 2 tenths faster in Q2. That should see him through to the next session, so he's safe. No need to go out again. In comes Staffy. Devin going slow, probably on his way to the pit. Yep, indeed. Cannot Sebastian get there in second place again there, right with his teammate. Of course, he's at the moment on outlap, that's why I also get out of the way of the faster cars. And Carter Boys left the session. Now Sebastian comes around to start his hot lap. Just as Carter Boy rejoins. Only 2 guys out actually at the moment. Not Sebastian and Boucher. Of course, Gav Peak on the way out. Peter, not Fernando as well. Oh, Judge now leaving the session. But have to be some disconnect. Sebastian bailing out of that lap, diving into the pits. Gavpik with a purple first sector. But not going particularly fast. No, he's backed off. Surely Gavpik will pick up it now. Purple first sector here for Gavpik. Sorry for that, a little bit wavy, sorry guys, but of course Q3 underway in a wet track there. Get the details here. Nope, not that one, not that one. Got no funny stuff here, but of course all this does is just throw another spin in there. Ooh, one spin there, but nicely kept together. Not Sebastian and 127.1. And as I say that, his teammate goes also 127.1. Now RZDV goes fastest, 126.6. Mr. I'm not good in the rain. Yeah, So looks like these times can come down. The other end is rather have a wet session now and then take a dry race. One session of the rain is better than having a whole race distance or majority of a race in wet conditions. Not Sebastian, yeah, lap invalidated. Actually, he will have another go. Stadium session. He's coming last corner. No, not this stage. He's going to dive into the pits. Maybe he's just want another set of interfresh rubber and have another go. I think he's also in the pits. The flag just about waiting for the faster car to come past. Not Kimi getting closer to RZDV. Looks like a purple first sector this time. Of course, this sequence of corners will be very tricky on that wet track. Already tricky and dry. Oh, and it's just enough to quite not Kimi off and invalidate his lap. I think he's also on his way back to the pits. Indeed. Not Sebastian, he's out again. Couple of guys in the 127s, of course, low 127 gas peak. Quinton just in the high 127s. Not the best conditions, it's not easy. Definitely a line emerging, but still, it's still greasy. If bonus points can be given for all 3 cars in the top in the last quali session, then it must be given to Not Sober. All 3 Not Sober cars here in the top 10. 2 of Oceans, 3 of course, 2 of Rock of Villains, 2 of BPP, and then 1 from Flaka. Ooh, huge corner there, AD, but that lap was already invalidated. He's on his way back in. Not Sebastian 126.4, and one of the Not Sober cars managed to take the fight to BPP. Just riding here with RZTV. What sort of lap does he do this time? Nope, no improvement there. Of course, no purple sector. Yeah, RZTV staying out. Of course, not a lot of time left. Only 2 minutes. Good final sector, purple. But what can he put into it now? See, Not Kimi is out there as well. Couldn't going wide there, getting out of the way. Kimi just a bit extra cautious through those corners. And actual purple second sector. Because those corners is what cost his lap the previous lap he went out. Final corner coming up. Putting down, gunning for the start finish line, and he goes faster, so 126.2. So again, Not Kimi and Not Sebastian gunning each other with 2 teammates, of course, going at it for that pole position. 45 seconds remaining. Not Fernando coming in, not posting any lap, any time here. So needless to say, he is over. Trying to sort out, check out who's in front here, yeah. Not Sebastian, purple second sector. In the stadium section. Final corner coming up. For a moment almost looked like that, back in one to the slide there. And he does not improve. Oh, Not Kimi dives into the pits. I don't think he was in a particularly fast lap, that's why he aborted. RZTV with a purple second sector. Ever can he snatch pole here from Not Kimi? And the answer is no. Also not able to improve, so it's another pole there for, of course, race winner last week in China. Pole sitter tonight here at, of course, here in Mexico. There we go, Boinkies in the pits. Boinkies just need to retire and then this session will be over. So, not sober, and BPP. Well done. Nicely done by the not sober boys. Although I can promise you they're very sober tonight. I think the not sober is more than other teams. Just confirmation of how it ended. Your top 10, of course, not Fernando, not sitting in at time. But pole position go to not Kimi, followed by not Sebastian, RDV. Then, of course, Gavpeak, Boinkies, Quinton, EH Boucher, Springbok Gamer, and AD77, and of course, not Fernando then 10th. So Kimi will be getting the extra 6 points for pole. Of course, 6 points extra for pole. Then there's also the 2 extra points for the person who gets the fastest lap. And then for the team who get all 3 cars on the grid, there's obviously the 3 extra points for each driver. And that pretty much everything except for VSK Racing. Right, and nice and sunny again. Staffy, of course, it's going to be a dry race. Just waiting for everybody to finalize their race strategies. Of course, once the first person finish, countdown will start. No one in particular in a hurry tonight. And as I say that, AD77 is the first to say he's ready. 20 seconds. Five seconds. Right, here we go. And the formation lap is underway. Gavpeak finding himself there with an ocean sandwich. RTDV in front and Boinkies behind. A guy who said that he's not the fastest, he does not feel he's got a lot of pace around this track, but he managed to put it into 8th. So not a bad qualifying, even if he didn't fancy his chances. Of course, everybody coming into the stadium section now. Right at the back, Raptor just warming up. Of course, his teammate as well. Getting that extra bit of heat into those tyres. Of course, starting on the medium tyres. Those take a little bit longer to of course, warm up. The cars already had a bit of a squabble there by the looks of it. It's already lined up. Of course, if there's contact in the formation lap, you get moved to the grid immediately. Carter Boy was one of them, and looks like not Fernando might be the other one. We're just waiting for the last couple of cars. Those two flockers, here we go. Everybody's ready. Watch for the lights. And we are racing. Nice start there from not Kimi, not Sebastian as well. Both of them got a good start. Boinkies have a lightning start already ahead of Gapik and RZDV. Boinkies challenging where it, oh, Gapik makes contact. Took a bit of a corner there and he ran into the back of not Sebastian, which sent him slightly sideways and they lost the place where RZDV back in front of Gapik, behind Boinkies. Of course RZDV also is going to go for a longer strategy. Can he keep up with Boinkies and put him under pressure? Meantime at the back, Wrapped already up 2 places. Kimi trying to get away from his teammate here. Already a bit of a gap between the not sober guys and Boinkies. Looks like these two is going to keep each other company. Boinkies will just try to hold on there. And not Kimi did manage to open the gap up to over a second. Gappy comes past RZDV, not surprisingly. He's got the faster tyre. And now is the time that he should use it. And they don't last as long as the medium tyres. And Raptor still gained another 2 places. He's now up to 13th. Springbok Gamer, huge drop. Currently in 14th, started in 8th. Raptor now putting EH Boucher under pressure. Of course he just got the slight disadvantage having the mediums. Not as fast out of those corners as the softs. Oh, and we got a yellow flag. AD with a moment, yeah, ooh, facing the wrong way. Now he's going to have to wait for everybody to come past him. There we go, now he can actually rejoin. Just before, ooh, oh here we go, and that is 80 out of it. 80, we got our first retirement on lap 3. Will that trigger a safety car? Doesn't look like it, just a yellow flag there. Doesn't look like malicious intent there. AD just unfortunately spun, got his tyres dirty, and of course having to wait for the entire field to come past. Tyres cooled down a bit, so when he tried to go back to racing, those tyres were not there and he actually slid a bit. And of course I don't want to say out of position, but call it out of sync if you want to with your car. So obviously the car ended up going one direction, he's trying to the other way, but the car unfortunately did lose it there, and he ended up going into the barrier, and didn't look like a massive shunt, but it was enough to take over the wheel. I saw some more severe shunts than that before where guys actually didn't even retire, it was just wing damage. And yeah, and I saw it more than once that the smaller shunts actually seems to be the more damaging shunts. The softer impacts actually cause more damage than the heavier ones, strangely enough. Gapik now putting Boinkies under pressure. He's obviously got DRS as well. Here we go, wide open. And it's going to make this easy. Gapik up to 3rd now, thanks to DRS. These two both on the soft tyres. Trying to stay in touch with those not sober cars in front. Gapik going to move, looks like fastest first sector. Looks like Carter Boy and not Fernando having a bit of a battle here just as Raptor comes around. Ooh, 3 second time penalty for RJDV, not what he wants. Ooh, and Raptor running a bit wide there. But he gave him a bit of a momentum, he dived onto the inside. Took some corner on the outside there to get that, so Gaffney goes fast as a 119.8. Just under 3 seconds behind Not Sebastian. So the RGTV will have, or not RGTV, Raptor surely will have DRS, but it's just too far back. But of course this is a double DRS zone. Of course the second DRS of this is just around this chicane. And it sounds like he actually got DRS, that's why obviously no gain on Carter Boy. Well, Carter Boy goes off track there. That's an easy let through for Raptor. Now Carter Boy will have to watch his back end, not Fernando's right there. Raptor now chasing after Nismax. Both of them on the mediums. Oh, Nismax over 3 second time penalty. So 2 of the BPP guys with penalties. And yellow flag again, and that is Staffy with a spin by the looks of it. Yep, and in plate is also gone. Not sure he will stay out, or actually more than the in plate, so he's definitely going to have to put more severe than he initially thought. Because even with a missing in plate, it's going to be tough around here, especially those S corner sequence. So Staffy surely on his way back into the pitch. So his strategy didn't work out all that. He went on the mediums. And unfortunately with a stop on for the wing replacement. Oh, and if just for good measure he gets a 5 second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Springbok gamer now on 12. Facing out to not Fernando, who's still behind Carter Boy. Raptor 3 seconds behind Nismax. Gap losing time to Not Sebastian now, gap over 3 seconds. Gap between the 2 Not Sobers in front remains at the 1.5 range. Gap is going to have to be clever with his strategy and also keep it clean with the racing if you want to catch and even pass these two. Of course, he and Not Kimi had an awesome battle last week. Not Kimi jumped him at the start, and these two were pretty close at the beginning, and from there Not Kimi just managed the gap. A little bit of time gained there by Not Sebastian, and in the process still pulling away from Gafbeek. Boinky's there, also 3 seconds down the road now. Gafbeek getting away from him after passing him not so long ago. RGDV right there with him, keeping him company. RGDV of course got his teammate behind him. So both will have DRS. The Boinky's under severe pressure coming onto the start finish line now. Of course, sorry, final corner to go. There we go, so DRS, surely both those BPPs will have DRS. RGDV staying in the slipstream. Not sure, I didn't hear a beep here, I'm not sure if he's got, but he's gaining and gaining ever. No, he did get, of course, now the second section of a DRS zone. Mediums just make it a little bit tougher. But of course he's going to run a lot longer. His teammates actually on the soft tires, but can't really make a move on RZDV. Unless of course he's happy to stay behind his teammate. Raptor closed down Nismax. Nismax not too far behind Pete B-Man. To begin, this time is closer, definitely DRS this time, you heard it. Gaining, slipstream, Boinkies move to the outside, allows RZDV onto the inside and he will make it stick. Can Quentin do the same, stay with his teammate. Boinkies putting RZDV back under pressure, but RZDV's got the DRS. Okay, as you can see, no problem there. Now Quentin would just like to do the same. He would not want to carry it on the soft tire, so you need to make him work. You might need to take the most out of it. The last thing he wants is his teammate getting away from him, because these two are fighting each other in the championship as well. It's not just about teamwork for the constructors, but of course everybody wants to be driver champion as well. Quentin just fell off a little bit there from Boinkies. Okay, Quentin didn't manage to get DRS. Can he get closer? But he's not close enough to make a difference. But can he gain some valuable meters? Oh, Gappick actually closed the gap down to Not Sebastian. Gap is down to 2.3 seconds, and meantime Not Sebastian also lost a little bit of time to Not Kimi. Oh, Gaffey, 3-second tire penalty. Of course, that's also the one thing that's always against him as well. Those penalties that he gets that can make the difference at the end of a race. Of course, when those penalties come into play, they actually swap the finishing order. Devon now with a 3-second tire penalty as well. Raptor, meantime, did get past Nismax. He's chasing after Pete. Ooh, Not Sebastian, a 3-second time penalty. Not what he wants, because 2-second gap might potentially make that gap 5 seconds. Gaining. Looks like Not Sebastian's just struggling a little bit. Quentin did finally get past Boinkies as well. Now Raptors past Pete as well, into 7th. Just to remind you, he started 19th, so he's already up to 7th. Obviously starting to chase down Boinkies. Hot Sebastian catching up with his teammate again, and the process moving away there from Capik. Oh, and RGDV of another 3-second time penalty. So that's already 6 seconds. Springbok Gamer into 10th, fell all the way to 14th, fighting his way back. He's just a little bit too far back to make any real difference. Ooh, Steffi now a 3-second time penalty. Ooh, the judge now with 3-second time penalty. Hot Sebastian just getting closer and closer to Nakimi. Gap is just a little over a second. Of course, just under 3 seconds is his gap to Gafpik. Yeah, it's Boucher pitted. Can Steffi gain a position or two here? And the answer is yes. Can actually make up more places. Safon Quinton into the pitch now. Raptor pass Boinkies, wrapped into fifth. Starting to look really good for guys with a jelly bean cars. Ooh, Carter Boys left the session. That's a disconnect again. Ooh, not Fernando. Looks like the car wanted to go sideways, but nicely kept. Gapik with another penalty, this time 5 seconds, speeding in the pit lane. Raptor 4th, chasing after RZDV, still a bit of a gap to breach first. But Sebastian just hovering there. So, okay, and as I was just about to say, hovering there in the DRS range, he dived into the pits and did slow his car down, so no extra penalties there. Well done. Not Kimi now obviously will need to push as hard as he can, because he still needs to pit. But Sebastian goes on the mediums. It actually allows Raptor in to third place. Raptor strategy, of course, coming into play. Him and RJDV with 2 front runners with mediums. And front runners 2 votes with mediums. As you can see there on the left of that graph, it's actually a couple of mediums. Notice the judge actually decided to go a little bit of a different strategy. Another 53 laps to go after this. Not giving in the stadium section. And yeah, he's going to the pits. He need to count his teammate. RCTV comes around. So he, for now, will inherit the race lead. Passed. Wrapped into second. So it's Boinkies, but of course none of them has stopped us yet. Not Kimi on the mediums now. Pressure of mediums, he and not Sebastian. Of course the 3 in front must stop first. Yeah, they still to do their first stops. So maybe the advantage is coming back to not Kimi. Kimi keep gaining on boinkies. Not Sebastian, fastest lap for 119. Every time DRS pops over, not Kimi, he's going to go on the inside of boinkies and easy. And RZDV with another 3-second time penalty. That's like 9 seconds now for RZDV. No, Raptor now with 3-second time penalty as well. Boinky into the pit. The boy goes a bit wide. Really Boucher will put him under pressure. Ooh, got a boy very close to that wall. And Boucher's got it. Not Sebastian now with fastest lap. Oh, severe collision, Carter Boy and RDV. RDV another 5 seconds coming. A nightmare race for him, and not Kimi is actually also in front of him now. Sebastian now with another one as well, another 3 seconds. Playing more and more into not Kimi's hands. Raptor still out there on those mediums he started with. 25 laps, definitely the best by some distance that someone could have done in a set of tyres. Already V118.8 there on the softs. Kimi just ever so slightly getting closer to Raptor. Gapik not able to catch him. And he is on the softs, a very faster tyre. Nesmax of course also still on the same mediums he started with. His teammate actually decided he had enough of mediums and he obviously went to softs. Oh, 3-second time penalty for Raptor, that doesn't help. So far not Kimi keeping it clean. So if it comes to penalties at the end, then he's got advantage over his teammate and Raptor. And there we go, his other teammate just waiting for him to get out of the way. Not Kimi now right all over the back of that Flaka Fontenka. With Gafpeak now also trying to get closer and closer. Devon dropping a few places. Oh, not Sebastian, yet another penalty. Raptor taking the deep inside line. Not Kimi following pursuit for that slipstream. Now Raptor dives to the outside, Not Kimi's going to stay on the inside. DRS obviously making a big difference here. And Not Kimi actually takes the position. And he will have DRS here in this section as well. That will actually leave now the Flaka boys fighting each other for that second place. Oh, Not Kimi getting his first 3-second penalty. Stacking to the pitch. Yes, we're now also into the pit. Yeah, enough for tires. Gafpeak now under 2 seconds behind his teammate. Not Fernando, no 3-second time penalty. Springbok game over a little lonely 10th place. 14 seconds to the car in front and 12 to the car behind. Staffy, of course, on that new set of softs that he put on 2 laps ago, of course. Ooh, second time penalty, and as that yellow flag as well. Boinkies now having a go at RZDV on the same set of tyres. Oh, a couple of guys for 3-second time penalties. Boinkies not able to hold on to RZDV. Okay, now those penalties just jumping up now thick and fast. I'm not going to even say who, because you can see at the bottom it says now getting to the point where the guys just push. Looking at the weather, it's been overcast for a bit, and it's actually been nice and sunny and changed to overcast. And then, of course, overcast conditions means also the track, so tyre is not performing at the optimum. But I also saw to what looks like raindrops, and when Staff commented early in qualifying, he said it's going to be a dry race. Unless he made a mistake, or just Codemaster showing. Yeah, there we go. There you can see it's actually starting to rain. Riding on board, you can actually also see the drops falling. Yeah, there we go. Definitely raining. How the weather actually can change and throw things wide open. Front we got not Kimi with behind him Gavpeak. That's pretty much a repeat of last week. Got the Judge and not Fernando both on Inters. Car is a handful, not Fernando just battling. Even so, the Judge, not Kimi Power coming to lap him and lapping Boucher. No, that's Fernando just kind of getting out of the way there completely, not just kinda. And there, for a moment, you saw all 3 Flaka cars together, but of course, Judge there out of sync with him. Then Gavpeak fighting for position. Raptor still on those mediums. He will now to try to stay on these tyres until it's time for Inters. Would not want to stop now and then just a lap or two later stop for Inters. So this is just a passing shower. Oh, and Raptor finally comes in. Is he going to dive? Is the track actually wet enough for that? Oh, not Fernando goes out. Guys, if you just bear with me for a second, let's just trying to see if we can get him actually in here. Raptor rejoined in 5th, so from 17th to 5th, pretty much. That's good going. Of course, he went for the soft, so he didn't dive in for Inters. And those other 2 was pretty much just experimental, looking where they are at the bottom of the grid and where their teammates are at the top. I won't be surprised if those 2 pretty much sacrifice positions and stuff to just go see what it's like, just to give their teammates some feedback as to what the Inter do in this weather conditions. Of course, now with 3 drivers in the same team, no, you can always that third one for that type of strategy, information gathering. Won't surprise me. Because it's only those two who went on inters, no one else did. Let's see what the judge is going to do. Is he going to actually stay out on these? Because if the track is not wet enough, those tyres are not going to perform and you're actually just going to burn them out quicker. Yeah, and judge is actually going to come in. He's definitely, surely he's going to get rid of it. And Raptor has passed his teammate, but Gaffney came into the pits, that's why. And Raptor passed Quinter now, and obviously on the soft tyres, fresh soft tyres. RFTV with another 3-second time penalty. Another 36 laps to go after this one. Pretty much halfway. Doesn't look like the guy wants to join us. He's not feeling too happy obviously about what happened. Doesn't want to join the comms box. Always nice to get one of the drivers in here and here we get their point of view. Because what they have out there is different to what we see in the stream, of course. Raptor gaining, gap dropped to under 16 seconds. Definitely a man on a mission. Okay, I don't want to jinx it, but I'm going to say it anyway. Halfway and we haven't had a full safety yet. Yeah, a couple of VSCs, but nothing compared to what we saw in the previous races. Looking at the previous 3 races, by this time there would have been a safety car by now. Another second out of that lap, out of that time. Quinter not able to hold on. Gapping now putting Quinter under pressure. Would not want to be held up too long. Closer, stadium section. Of course, just a few more corners and then he will have DRS. Slipstream right on the back of it there. This is going to be done and dusted. Yeah, too easy. Already at the slipstream, then just popped open the DRS, start to the inside and that's it. Time that gap there between Sebastian and Raptor coming down even further. full fight at the moment. Of course, looking at the momentum of Raptor, soon we will have a fight in front. Continental for the second time penalty. This makes it a little bit of a lonely race. Not up there with a top 5, top 3. Pete also with a bit of a lonely race in recent times. Raptor getting ever so close over here to not Sebastian. Just wondering what the condition of his tyres will be in by the time he gets in front there with not Sebastian. Where you can see how close it actually is. Both of them actually in the same screenshot. Not Sebastian now 10 seconds behind his teammate. And he's got Raptor closing in on me. Raptor with the fresher tyre and obviously the faster tyre. The soft versus the mediums. Of course, even if Raptor now pass not Sebastian, you still need to chase after not Kimi. By that time you would have taken a lot of his tyres, so it brings them both pretty much in the pit windows. Track not really getting wet. Just enough to make the guys second guessing themselves. Of course, second guessing the strategy. Into the stadium section. Surely Raptor will have DRS first. That's on Raptor pulling way into the inside. Raptor trying to get on the inside. Ooh, and there was ghosting. Not sure what happened there, but no contact. Looked like the cars were ghosting there. Raptor now trying to set after not Kimi. Gaffney just trying to hold on to not Sebastian there. It's pretty much at the moment a not sober Flaka, we're not sober and Flaka again. Ooh, no. And looks like Gaff Peak. No, actually the judge. Yeah, the judge was disqualified. Oh, big moment there. For a moment I thought it was Gaff Peak for obvious reasons. Anyone who's been with us long enough watching races and stuff, obviously Pit Wall and Gaff Peak, there's always this joke about him and the pit wall. For a moment I actually thought it was him driving into the pit wall there, but meantime it was the judge, and the judge got disqualified. I think maybe stationary just for too long, or facing the wrong direction. But Kimi did manage to open up a gap again to Raptor, because he will just now be stretching those mediums, because he would not want to stop another time. Just want to basically have it one stop left, which will be on soft. Of course, just that the whole incident by the judge actually did bring out the safety car. Well, not Kimi, yeah, not Kimi Wall, he is definitely going to do it. Good call. Maybe a couple of guys will here. Raptor not. Not sure why, it's actually like a free pit stop. And both not sober guys actually on Inter's track is actually wetter. Very confident to go with Inter's now. Of course, nothing like rain like this just to make people second guess their strategies. And actually, when you do second guess your strategy, you actually end up making it 10 times worse. You come up with, you make the wrong decision, and then your whole race is buggered. Definitely a lot of drops on the screen. You can definitely see some heavier rain, but the track itself does not show. Devanelli is disqualified from session, ignoring a yellow flag. That is number 5. 12 drivers remaining. Looks like out again. Looks like RCTV. Ooh, not good. Luckily didn't drop a bit far, but still. A little bit between him and the other guys, of course. Still keeps position because there's lap cars in front. Not so bad, so not Kimi went for mediums again. Making sure that they actually go right to the end, no need to stop again. But the rain didn't last that long. Oh, 3-second last penalty, Gapik doing what he does best. 3-second time penalty now for Nismax as well. Gapik chasing his teammate here. 4 seconds ahead of not Kimi. Of course, as I said, not Kimi and not Sebastian has stopped. They're on the medium, so they will see the race through to the end on this tyres. Then at the same time, both Raptor and Gapik will need to pit again. We're both on softs, 17 and 16 laps respective. There's no way that they can see the race to the end. Another 20 laps to go on those tyres. Of course, once both pitted, that actually pretty much put the not sober boys back into first and second. Gary is now enabled. Not Kimi fastest lap on the mediums. Here we go, here goes Gapik. Sebastian with another time penalty. Be careful now, with especially if the cars so close to each other. As it is, he will lose positions. Of course, still another 19 laps to go after this one. It is possible for him to build a gap, to basically so if he can, but yeah, not much. Not Kimi getting closer and closer actually. There you go, the fastest lap again. Making these mediums work, even on the little bit of a colder track if I can. Not a lot of water actually were forming on the track under that last bit of rain. And yet both not sober cars decided to go for inters. It didn't work. Of course that rain also caught out not Fernando and the judge as well earlier. Kimi now in DRS range. Not Kimi, he will definitely have DRS this time. And Gapik. If one couldn't goes fastest. There we go, just too damn easy. DRS wide open. There's no way for the peak to fight this. Now not Kimi will chase after Raptor. Not Sebastian, of course, dropping at one place to Quinton. Can he get it back? Give me just hovering around for DRS range mark. Capik in the pits. Looks like the set of mediums gonna come on for Capik. Fifteen laps to go, and if you look at that, Quinton versus the rest of the pack, and obviously also to not Kimi, where he went to, yeah, he actually just used those softs to his advantage, and of course jumped a couple of guys, not Munana into third, but behind Quinton. So there's 15 laps to go, so surely he won't be able to see it through to the end, because those tires will be pretty much done and dusted. Cannot Sebastian bring that gap closer? Bring it down even more. Just under 2.5. Springbok game a 3-second time penalty. Lots of penalties racking up tonight. Next question will be obviously for Quinton. Can he make those tyres last? He would not want to stop again. 4 laps to go after this one. Down in front, not Kimi just managing that gap. Not Sebastian just batting to get close that gap. Just doesn't want to come down to 2 seconds. Nesmus with another 3-second time penalty as well, and he's putting Rapti under pressure now. Again, another solid race for BPP. All 3 drivers in the top 6. Rapti diving to the inside. Now he's actually weaving all over the track there. Ooh, not Kimi now with 3-second time penalty. Was there 2 laps to go? Ooh, RGDV racking up another one. Kilo flag, Springbok gamer. Yeah, unfortunately a bit of a spin there off track. This match just not within DRS. Continue now with 3-second time penalty as well. Ooh, gapping now with another penalty. Lefty fighting Piet here. Can Piet keep his nose in front? Piet actually a quiet race on a penalty wise, compared obviously to the rest of the guys out there. Gimme. That's pretty much he's safe. He's gonna definitely take the checkered flag unless something really goes wrong now. Only a few more corners to go. To the stadium section, there we go. You can see the fireworks going off. Last corner. There we have it. Not Gimme taking the checkered flag. Okay, 5-second time penalty there unserved, but of course probably that one that he got earlier. Of course that 5 seconds what you get for speeding in the pit lane. If you don't pit again, you don't really serve it, so it will always add to the end. Because a couple of penalties adding up now. As you can see, Raptor getting to 4th. Nismax getting to 5th, Gav getting to 6th, so RGDV actually dropping all the way from 4th to 7th. Thanks to penalties. Twinkies actually also jumped RGDV on penalties. Less penalties of course. Staffy will bring it home in 9th. He did manage to get, looks like in front of Piet, but Piet gets obviously the less penalties. Once again just shows you the difference. That's why it's so important not to rack up the penalties, because this is what happens at the end. Right, last car come around, Boucher, and he finishes in 11th. One of those crazy races. Because of a bit of rain that fell also didn't make it easy for the guys. There we go, and not Gimme lifting his trophy there. Just confirmation of course of how they ended. So I think here we go, that's the screen we're looking for. And as you can see, a lot of penalties. Of course, as always, Boinkies kept it clean, no penalties here for Boinkies. But yeah, as you can see, of course, not Gimme, Quinton, not Sebastian, your top 3. And of course, a couple of guys who didn't finish there at the end. And that of course is not Fernando, Carter Boy, AD and the judge. So just bear with me, I just want to see if I can get our top 3 in here. Right, just waiting for them to rock up. There we go, there's our race winner. He not just first in the race, but also the first one into the party. Welcome, Mr. Not Kimmy.
Hello.
And of course, joined by his teammate there, third place man, Not Sebastian.
Hello.
Okay, looks like we might not get second place guy there. Anyway, so let's proceed. Here we go, here he comes.
Hello.
Not Kimmy. Wow, 2 in a row. It's one of those crazy, weird type of races. Of course, rain, but not raining really. I see both you and your teammate tried to be inters as well, but didn't work. So yeah, one of those crazy races, and at some stage actually the guys from Flak are making life hard for you guys.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, the start was okay. Pulled away. Me and Muna managed it quite well. Made a pit stop. Got onto the mediums. Had a good stint catching the guys in front. And then it started raining. And it was dry, not wet, but it got worse. And then a bit better, and then a bit worse again. And yeah, Jeff came with the call when the safety car came out. And you know, Jeff using his crayons for strategies, I trusted him and he put me on the inters. And then as I left pit lane, he said, well, the track's drying up, so mind not burning out the tires. And I thought,
typical
slop chippy.
But yeah, you actually just kept your nose clean. You actually pulled away at the right time. At the beginning, you and Not Sebastian kept each other honest. Gap not really opening up, but well managed there. And of course, congratulations back in first place. And then of course second place man, Safwan Quinton. I mean, to be honest, from nowhere. Because for a long time, I mean, you were there in the midst, and not really, a podium didn't look very likely. And then everything just fell into place.
Yeah, look, I tried to just keep it clean from the start. It was quite tough. Those softs didn't give me the pace I was hoping for. Mediums behaved quite well, tried to keep it clean and just stay close enough. And I always knew that I was going to finish on the softs, so I was going to have pace. And yeah, luckily the safety car worked in my favor, and I just tried to not spin during those like dodgy rain, should we go onto inters or not. And then luckily when the softs came on, when I stopped for softs, I had decent enough pace, but I just couldn't catch Not Kimmy in front. He was blistering fast on those mediums, so yeah.
I was trying to pull a gap because I had some penalties in my pocket, and I was trying to pull the gap. And this third or fourth last lap, I actually got another penalty, so I had to gain more time. But luckily, I saw, because you only had 3 seconds, and then I saw you had 6, and I was like, sure.
Yeah. I got one on the second last lap. I got one on that first chicane. So,
and then, of course, Mr. Not Sebastian, not exactly where he wanted to be, but he's still on the podium, still up right up front there. Me and you and your teammate has been battling for pretty much the majority of a race, and when in the end it was pretty much the 3 of you. So, Not Sebastian, actually still satisfied with the outcome?
No, of course. If I check it where my championship contenders finished, that was a good day at the office. Even though it's only
of course,
I cannot complain. That was a good one for me.
You actually finished in front of all of them.
Exactly. And thankfully Kimmy got pole, so it's an extra 6 points that he takes away from anyone. So yeah, can't complain.
And look obviously a good one for Not Sober tonight. And of course a couple of places dropped there by RJDV in the end thanks to penalties. For quite a while it looks like he's going to bring it back in 4th, but dropping all the way down to 7th. Of course, it's good for you guys to see with BBP, of course. Quinton's teammate BBP running away with the championship, so I think it's welcome by you guys just to see them slowing down a bit.
Oh yes, up the notch.
Yeah.
It was
the first not podium.
We had a virtual safety car, more or less, still in the first stint. And I came out of the S's and I was surprised to see Rob pointing the wrong way.
Yeah, he had a nasty spin there, and that's actually in that same place where AD actually lost it and had to retire very early in the race. So that has actually caught out a couple of guys tonight.
Yeah.
No, it did.
And
No, it
those and that wet stint, not so wet stint, actually also didn't make it easy.
No, because the track was greasy and you were just trying
But I
to
wasn't
hope for
wet
Jets
enough.
crayons.
But yeah, it was a strange one.
Reminds me of Australia. Pretty much the same thing kind of happened in Australia. You don't know if
Yeah.
you must go to
Yeah.
Intis or stay out. A couple of guys try Intis just to change back. Yeah, I was surprised because I was surprised to see you guys going Intis after the likes of a Judge and not Fernando. Of course, your teammate also went on Intis, and that didn't last long.
Because what happened was
happy
I
when
lost
they
it.
went.
I lost it on one of the corners, and I thought to myself, okay, it might be time. Let me, throw that curveball and see if Ben can look up.
No,
But it was just-
if the safety car didn't come out, we wouldn't have put them on. We
Yeah.
would have stuck it out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
it wasn't
just one
it
of
wasn't
those
the
things.
100 years after that when all of a sudden, boom, dry.
I was just glad to see the Flocker boys go past the pits when I was pitting. Because I knew
Yeah.
those softs will not make it till the end. There was no way. And then after I pitted for the second time for mediums, and the safety car pulled in, got past the lap cars, and I was chasing them, and I thought they had no pace. And they were battling as well, which was
At
quite
one stage they
surprising.
looked very good, and then towards the end they were just fading.
Yeah.
But a good first stint also there, from, I must say, from Rapt all the way from 17th, pushing all the way into the top 5.
Yeah, he had proper pace today. Proper pace.
But I think he could have just, if he just changed his strategy a little bit with tyres and stuff, it could have been different. But of
Yeah, if they
course,
put it on a safety car and they put on mediums, let's say, they would have been battling right till the
yeah,
end.
'cause you two basically went on that last stint with mediums, and that was the right choice.
Yeah, it was a total gamble. It's like
Because
standing at the
Quinton
Emperor's
was
Palace.
Quinton was one under pressure. Of course, he had the softs at the end, but he made them work.
Yeah. No, but I knew they would last because I did quite a long run in the practice, and I could do 26 to 28 laps on those tyres before they really fall off. So,
And you saw
but
some
race
quite stints.
conditions are different, eh?
But I could have prayed for another 6 laps and I might have caught Quinton. Might have.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, the
no, I
gap
think you
finally
would have.
started. For a while, it was kind of stagnant there, 2.5, and then it started to actually drop.
Yeah, I was actually, thankfully I had my Harry Potter in my party chat, old Jonathan, old Jono, giving me info on what the time gaps are and penalties and all that.
Personal
So
race engineer.
it was a big thanks to him, this race.
Yeah, no, he coached
Yeah,
us
no.
well. He coached us well.
And I must give it also to Not Sober, the only team to have all 3 cars in the top, top 10 in quali 3.
So,
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
only
Oh,
team
yeah,
with 3
nice.
cars in quali 3.
like,
Not my
yeah,
So
but
well
not-
done
not
on that.
Coming, we're coming.
Well, we're coming back.
So, did somebody look at the calendar? Maybe some bonus points if someone can tell us which is next.
Russia?
Russia.
Somebody
So
actually did look at
this-
the calendar.
This track in Russia, not my favorite tracks. So,
But
yeah,
I know
was-
your teammate
was
likes
eyeballing
Russia.
Oh, yeah.
it. Oh, yeah,
Not your
I-
favorite
I-
track,
I
but
enjoyed
good
it.
one.
He's a vodka baby. He knows exactly how to take it.
So I
Lines
expect you
there,
to
so-
do the jet fuel next week.
And of course, we can buy booze and cigarettes again.
Yeah, yay!
But gentlemen, well done. Awesome one.
Thank
Stuck
you.
it out.
No
Tough
thanks.
one,
Nice yarn.
but well done.
Thanks.
Thanks, Jay. Cheers.
Yes.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for support. Thank you for watching. That concludes proceedings here for tonight. Of course, next week, same time, same place, and as you heard, next week will be Russia. Till then, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you guys next time. Cheerio.